There's another one that I want to do that's just crossed my mind. I'm going to do it here, because it's only natural that there will be tag team stuff involving them in this. And also, I don't know how likely I am to be them in subsequent games, even though I kind of like the moveset. So let's have some big powerful legs. I don't much care for the blue one. So are you okay? There we are. They were like, oh, he doesn't like the blue that I gave them. I'd better shut down the entire console. Look at them. The entire fight that I'm gonna put on your feet for you is gonna impress you so much. Look at that. I've got leg. Such as will, well, stand up, please. There we go. That's a way to fling you. You've got a glowing sword sometimes, and other times you don't. Is that your alternate colour for that? So something about that just looks very blonk. It's a bit abrupt, you know? Like this. I'll just continue doing martial arts towards you until you submit. For that is the Baek way. And that is my... Oh! The legs don't even let you remember your name. I've kicked all nouns right out of your memory. Okay, well... Let's try and keep that up in the snow. You've got metal armour, you'd think it would be somewhat hazardous in these temperatures. But then again, I'm not a professional wrestle boy. Am I? I'm not even an amateurised WrestleMania. What do I know about temperatures? I can sort of take my leg away. Like this. But I've got legs as well, and you're about to find out why. I'll break your neck. It's my favourite neck of mine that I've taken away. Ow! I just complimented your neck that I stole. Why are you like this away from me in the... I don't know what you just did, to be honest, but you sort of swoofed out of the way of something I was doing, and it startled me. You know I can't be taking the swoofts at this point. I thought swoofts were an illegal move in this tournament. It's one of those anything goes. Because I am a ruthless martial arts businessman. And we're establishing my villainy. It's me, Heihachi. I guess Tekken Tag sort of exists outside of canon. We don't... Someone in there he goes again with that. There's no way of us to know. Who's organising this? Tags MacGruber, maybe. He's like, you all do it together now for my entertainment. There's usually some weirdo who's crossed over a dimension or something to make the special events happen. This isn't a regular Iron Fist. We've had this one demagnetized. You thought you were gonna get a big magnet, right, bring it to the tournament and pull me off of a cliff. Well, tough shit, Sherlock. You're gonna have to throw me off a cliff like everyone else. Ugh. There's procedures for these sorts of things. We've got standards and practices for a reason. Oh. But Brian doesn't care. Brian, with his anti-aircraft jacket, does not want to know what you think he should and should not do. Ooh! I maybe should have switched out. Yes. Nobody can stop me from doing martial arts on a bear. Oh no! The bear itself decided to stop me. This was something I should perhaps have anticipated. The bears are quite large. Rule 1 of Taekwondo, the bears are quite large. Don't kick one if you can avoid it. If there's no way out of kicking a bear, you're better off kicking the bear than not, because, like, the end result... Like, the worst thing that can happen is that the end result just doesn't change. You know? Some bears want you to think that you've got a chance. But it's deceitful on their part. You shouldn't. You don't have to take such things from disingenuous bears. You all know the ones. Whee! A funny tumble for you. Yes. Try this with your cybered arms. I think Brian's a cyborg. Or he becomes a cyborg at some point. He's got metal bits in him. He is the cybernetic form of a punch boy in this universe. He did a very Jack-like punch, you may have noticed. You can't do that without metal arms. Console's packed it in again. Right. Now here's somewhere to bow at you else. You've got almost matching outfits there, and I very much appreciate that. But that doesn't mean... It doesn't mean... Alright, so you're going to have to live... There's a lot of martial arts going on in the background. None of them are competing. They're not ready. They don't have enough iron in their fists yet. They've got to do more of this. They just like doing martial arts at other martial arts, so that more martial arts is happening in the area. We're not sure what effect they expect it to have, but I'll tell you one thing. It ain't half atmospheric. Ooh! Stop kicking all of my leg boys. We've got the most powerful move in the game. It's just a little sproing. I just boinged off your nose. Ooh! Your nose is the perfect surface from which to launch my counter-attack. It's just gonna be that every time. The victory pose, when it's these two, is the same every time. They just have to train forever. Because I'm a very serious Korean martial artist. You can see that I'm Korean because it says it on my back. In case you weren't sure where Taekwondo was from. It's written here so that you'll never not know, as long as you're looking at my back, which most of my opponents aren't. At the very least, if they are, something's gone horribly wrong in my strategy. I can show them, look, I can be like, look, it's Korea, look, there's a country for you to know. So now that you do, you've no excuse. Absolute. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to make an excuse for you now. But mine's going to be very unconvincing. Oh no. You don't realise. I'm the one with the chalice. You've gotta let me win! You don't get the prize money if you don't have the chalice, and you can't take the chalice from me. I've hidden it too well. It's pointless for you to fight me. You'll get nothing out of it. Is spite truly enough to make you eject me from this tournament? Even when you have nothing to gain? When you've got nothing to gain, let me get my cups to the grand prize entry. Right, there's so many dragons on that wall back there, and they're all gonna watch you just be a dick. Do you want to be that guy in front of all the dragons? I didn't think that would never happen. They are sisters and they hate each other because that's something we needed to get in there. Look at them. They're not very happy about it, but they are very well dressed. So there you go. With my powder blue, that blue I do like, you see. I don't think it worked on Hwoarang. Or Hwoarang. At the risk of sounding too tremendously white, I apologise if I'm mispronouncing that. But here's the wah. And it's not like I can trust the earlier games to tell me precisely. It's I think between games they sort of, the narrators disagree with each other. And they have to have their own fighting tournament to decide what everyone's called. And then depending on who won, you can tell who won that year by how they pronounce certain names. If you're familiar enough with the voice crew of the Tekken Force. The Tekken Force is an actual thing in this universe, and it's a military, but they also do voiceover work. Because the military just, you know, it doesn't have a lot of money. Oh, we live in a fucking nightmare. Anyway, you can stop, please, Jumpy Kick. That's a lot for you to do at once. Alright, I'm the only one with flying feet around here, and they've all got scissors attached. Yes. It's all good fun until someone kicks a blade into your brain! Right, well now you... What? Okay. Fair enough. You just want to fucking chuck a guy, I can respect that. But I can also kick you with my mighty powers. Don't! Right? There's... No! This, look. Nah! Alright, well... I would be foolish to attempt it a third time, frankly. Oh! I swiped you out the sky. I don't think I'm winning this one. Yeah, no. It's all going to come down to the third round. The third round where I have... I can't quite tell what your arms are doing. Your shoulders seem like they weren't designed to be seen, if I'm being honest. Don't let that get to you, though. You're punching me well enough with them. Boop, beep, willy, willy, beep, boo, wee. When Mario drained, feels so great. We love the dances. It's about more than just who you punch. It's about what dances you can do while you manage it. Yes. The power of my flying leaps cannot be compared. Even outside the ruins, I will... Oh, fuck me. Alright. Time to fight the Demon King on an oil rig or something. It's just a big platform we set up near a waterfall to do something. Not that you'd know. That does. I don't see how any of that tracks. Oh, why would you dress formally for this? That can't be easy to move. They kind of looks comfy, to be honest. It was probably quite easy to move in fairness. But still I say to you, Hooli! And you went, so you didn't hear the rest of the Hooli statement. Too bad for you, it contained the password to your Twitter, which for some reason you don't know and I do. Yes. Magically I've resisted common sense to bring you a password you don't have. Frankly, I'm doing you a favour. Just stay off there. It'll do you no good. Boof! And then, you... Look, don't paff me with your snake hand. It's very rude. It's rude! It's rude for your serpentine limbs to be doing this. Leave me be. You must protect the Triforce. Alright, Link's not here. He went off with the Soul Calibur 2. He's not in the King of Iron Fist tournament. Who's going to protect the Triforce for him? It's got to be you, right? You're the only Triforce adjacent man. You look like you'd appear in a sort of Legend of Zelda context. It's not going to be just a random sumo, is it? Think it through with your brain. God, I tell you, some of these people do not think it through with their brain. And that leaves me in an awkward position of having to remind you why they call me the Big Bucks. Here's my foot over and over again. What can I do to you? What can I do that we haven't seen? This doesn't. Sometimes they're close enough to be grabbed, and sometimes they're not. And I'd like to be able to do a backwards grab because it's fun to look at. But oh no, we don't get to see that time. Please leave me be. You don't understand. I invented a substitute for salt. Yes. There's no sodium in this. Oh, he's not pleased with my sodium solutions. But I will be. I don't need your approval to make sodium a matter of plausible deniability. None of that was right. But neither will you be. As long as you're as incorrect as I was, nothing can harm me. Nothing can harm me in the terracotta tent. Weird thing to make a tent out of. It doesn't really work. It's not great for most situations. I'm just gonna tell you now. You let me. I want to. Come on. Do it. No. Do it. No. You're going to... I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen for me, unfortunately. It's a shame, but I can't blame the sunshine. But I can try. I can try in this lovely stone place. If I can remember 12 things that you've said, that feels like... Come on. Some of the grabs you can switch between people during, and that felt like it should be one of them. Because you're just flinging someone at the end of the day, aren't you? Come off it now. I've discovered a kick. I've discovered a kick move. Ow. You just electrified all of my kidneys. They carry a charge now, forevermore. I charge you with contempt. Oh no, now I'm getting a lecture from your fingers. He says, stop trying to swingle round in the background of people's minds. You have to fight them with your hands or don't do it at all. Hwoarang. You really don't seem to like loading that one costume today. Not had this problem previously, I don't feel like. Round one. But talking of problems, you're about to have 12. Whoa! That wasn't what I... Okay, I can see why you would make that mistake. When I got it to work before, they were switching places. I hit someone who had just tagged in, so I'm wondering if that's the trick for the Beak Master, the only one who can talk to birds. Do it. Could have just grabbed you normally, to be honest. No. Thump. Thump Humbler! Come back. Come back to my karaoke tournament. That's right. I developed a tournament structure for karaoke. Brackets and everything. Some of the players have been seeded. We covered them in lilies. And they will grow on the contestants in real time. Yes. Can you finish Highway to Hell before the lilies drain your life force? I don't much think you can, particularly. Do it! Yes! It's just a very, very nice whip, plonk. You know? And that plonk is what gives me the strength to carry on in these trying times with my trying kicks. You've got nothing magical. got nothing magical in your breast pocket, it's just an ordinary wristwatch. Why have you got a wristwatch in your pocket? Why not a pocket watch? You're weird. You're weird, Kazuya. You and your giant friend. No. Oh, I could have had you taken your back away as well. And I didn't. I chose the path of mercy. And now, even when you have a dog, I'll choose it again. Fight. With my fist! Well, okay, that didn't go quite how I... No! The boof wrestling move! The boofest wrestler of the century is upon us. And we've... Oh, I've got to stop you largely. They called me the leg stopper because I stop with leg. Oh. Okay. Okay, now I've magically imbued you with the power to see turtles in the dark. You can't see anything else, but if you fill a dark room with turtles, you'll probably find your way around. It's a matter of taking them with you wherever. Whoa, fuck! Ah! You did the absolute twiddle. You've got a funny little knife. Where are you pulling your knives out of? Can't be the knife dimension, we closed the portal. How'd you find your way back? Tell me, Neck. Please lose. Yes, you please lost. You may have had a little knife, but it did not save you. Not from my face as a fist now. I transformed into the concept of punching, and now my destiny is complete. And I'm angry about it! Now get ready for a lecture, young man. I'm pointing at you. You've not marshalled enough arts yet. Now listen here. You've got legs, you see? Can you believe this guy? He thinks legs are real. What a clown. Must we do this in a thunderstorm? I'm gonna get struck by lightning in a minute and explode. Bowling time, bowling time, bowling time, bowling time. You know we've got to bowl it to 'em. There's not a sphere in the world I won't throw. But of course we're out of the martial arts this time, so we're dressed all casual-like. And I've got a skull or something on my back. Now unfortunately we can't kick the ball down the alley, so we are at a slight disadvantage. But it won't stop me from bowling well. For you see, I've been prepared for this for 7,000 years. I'm the spirit of the Millennium Foot. And I'll kick your soul out your body. Once and for all. Whee! So. That's awkward. Fling. Anyway. I've just noticed that it's a disco ball we've been rolling this whole time. That's fun. Has the background music for the bowling been changing every time? This is the fight music for the penultimate stage, isn't it? Does it randomise each time? I could have sworn. Blamf! I could have sworn Tekken Bowl had its own music. Is my brain doing a funny joke on me where it makes sounds different than what they were? I don't know what to make of all this. No, Rupert! Okay, Rupert did not fail me entirely. Rupert did, to be honest, the thing I was expecting Rupert to do there. We've fulfilled Rupert's obligations. Ooh! That's a nice little bonus as well. I'll even do the martial arts dancing off in the sky. Because that's where bowling happens, of course, in the sky, every time. Any bowling that doesn't happen in the sky doesn't count! Come off it! Don't still be standing. Pack that in. You nonsense child. There's always got to be one, hasn't there? Well, this is going to be not great. Yeah. There's always a contrarian. There's always a contrarian in the bowling alley. And you gotta find them, the one guy who contradicts people just to do it. Just to play devil's advocate. Which I could swear I learned relatively recently where that term came from. Like it was an actual role. Like you would be assigned the role of devil's advocate for in a context. No! I bowled too vigorously! It was my spurs. They grew larger and spun round, turning into wheels that motorized me. Oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe it's come down to this. Shit. Shit off. Well, it's the final bowl now. Why have I done that? This is going to be such a bad shot. Unsalvageable. I don't imagine I'm getting on the leaderboard with this one. It was going alright. Not fantastically, but there have been worse bowling games in the world. And then I went and flung myself because I couldn't remember where Devil's Advocate came from. I think it was in an actual religious context that the term first appeared, but I don't know. And now you don't know either, and I absolutely will not have looked it up by the next time I record, because I'm just going straight into another one after this. That's not your concern. Thanks for playing Mishima Lane, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.